Welcome back, A-listers. This is week of June 7th. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
This week, we dive in deep into the Upside Down. Full recap of Season 4, Volume 1, Stranger Things. All spoilers.
Okay.
Also, we travel into space to discuss the first 3 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Full spoilers. 2 nerds, 1 pod. Let's go. What up, man?
What's up?
How was your week?
Good, man. Good. Excited for this episode. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ready
I
to
want to
get
hear what
my
your
shit
takes are.
off.
How was your week?
Oh yeah. It was good, man. It was long, but today's been a recovery day.
Okay.
Nice little chill with the fam.
Taking your creatine today?
Yeah, I went into my cryo chamber, aka the couch,
Ooh.
and and just chilled for a little bit, which is kind of cool. Everybody's so confused because, okay, Daddy's gonna be on the couch, and they're like, "Are you falling asleep?" Yeah. Stop waking me up. That's my favorite thing. But so yeah, it was fun.
That's great.
I get like an hour or two of that a week.
Hey, precious time.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. Let's get started. Let's get started. All right. First, we got the first 3 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus. We're gonna go ahead and get all the spoilers in. So everybody that's out there, we're spoiling it. We're not gonna hold back. We're just gonna do everything. All right.
Spoilers ahead.
Okay, man.
All right.
You've watched all 3. I've watched all 3. Let's start with some nitpicks.
Yeah.
What do we got? What do you got?
All right. So, man, there's a lot of little things. Just little things. Actually, there's 1 or 2 big things. So, clearly spoilers, duh. So my biggest nitpick. I'll start with the biggest one, and then we'll ease into lesser ones, and then we'll go into what we liked. My biggest nitpick, I think, for this: Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, meeting for the first time in like a decade. The last time they fought each other, it was like on a lava planet. Things were exploding all around them. It was like this 20-30 minute long epic saber fight, right? That ended with Obi-Wan chopping off homie's arms and legs.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was brutal.
I have the high ground.
Don't do it. Oh, shit, he
Don't
did
do
it.
it.
Oh,
He did it.
did it. Did not work out well. So, this episode, he figured this is the first time in 10 years they're going to meet. It's going to be a big epic battle. So they start out with Darth Vader when they first show up in the town. Just, here we go. That dude's pretty brutal. He's just torturing people and killing people for pretty much just staring in his direction. Like, if you look at Darth Vader, there's a 50-50 chance he's going to force snap your neck and you're going to die. Brutal.
Yeah.
So then, when they finally meet, I don't know, 5 minutes later, you think it's going to be a big epic battle, right? But where they end up meeting, I don't know if they ran out of money or time. They literally were like fighting next to like a pile of dirt. I think it was like 2 piles of dirt. That was the scene. The setting for this epic battle was like 2 piles of dirt.
Yeah.
Could have been a little bit more time, money, and thought into that one. And then on top of that, I'm not sure they hired like a fight choreographer for that scene. They kind of just like hit swords once and just like pushed them at each other for like a good 30 seconds. Like, maybe take a swing or 2. Like, they literally were just like staring at each other, like pushing things back and forth, like a couple 5-year-olds would think a sword fight would happen. So that was a pretty big nitpick. I thought it was gonna be like an epic thing. It was kind of the opposite of an epic thing.
Expectations, my friend. Expectations.
Yeah, I just need to chill them. I thought the third episode was the weakest by far.
Yeah.
Even though Darth Vader showed up and have some more stuff, but go ahead. So that was my big nitpick. Hire
You know what?
a fucking fight choreographer.
I think it's perception. I think the way they're playing it, Obi-Wan is scared. He's fucking scared. So
Oh yeah.
so he sees this guy. I'm like, oh man, the last time I did this guy, I did this guy wrong, you know, and like obviously, you know,
It was just business.
he's been in the gym, you know, he's been working out with Mike Tyson, you know, he's been in the gym, and Obi-Wan has not been in the gym. He's been over there, you know, butchering whatever they find in the desert, getting a little sushimi out of it for himself. But so there's that fear factor, and I like that he would see him and he'd be like, "Nope, not today," and he'd run away, and so the minimal the minimal aspect of it, I think the surroundings and like these sand hills and stuff was supposed to add to the thrill of like a horror movie where the big bad guy's chasing the guy, and it's supposed to be like so. That's why I took it. So that didn't bother me so much, and I think this is like in Rocky 3 where Clubber Lang messes up Sylvester Stallone in the first fight, and he wasn't ready.
Ooh, bam.
He didn't have the eye of the tiger, man.
Bam.
And
Nothing.
Man, Obi-Wan does not have the eye of the tiger right now. So so he's got to come back, and I think we're gonna touch a bit.
He couldn't just win. He's got to like win at the end. He can't win in the beginning because you got to root for him.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna get Apollo Creed to come back and help him train and stuff, and he'll do that. My biggest nitpick is some of the dialogue, bro. Like some of the dialogue.
Oh my god.
Like I don't know who wrote it, and it's like when I'm reading books to my kid that goes to kindergarten, and it's like that's what the dialogue sounds like. I am your friend. I am your friend. You are not my friend. You know, like that kind of really basic. You know, like not that much. There's no meat on the bone. You know, where like there's nothing going on. Like this episode, the last episode, for instance, they're in the back in a ride. The stormtroopers come on the trailer. Tell me your story. And Obi-Wan's like, oh, it's a long story. Stormtrooper, oh, we got time. And then he tells him something. And then he's like, okay, this is our stop. And he gets off. I'm like, what happened to the long story? It was over. So I don't know. Like,
I guess they didn't have that much time.
No. So the dialogue part, I think it's been my biggest,
Oh, it's been terrible.
Yeah. Another nitpick I got
Especially,
is, go ahead.
No, all the dialogue is pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then it gets even worse when you have the poor little actress around too.
Yeah.
She has like the worst of the worst line.
Yeah. Even though she did save him when he called her Leia. And then he's like, that's my mom's name, or, you know, that's my wife's name.
All right, that was kind of a cleverish part. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But that whole episode was kind of dull.
Yeah.
Too. It was kind of like they walked down the road, they got to the town, and then they kind of had a little bit of a fight.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another nitpick. Here we go. Ready? Yeah. It was really cool when Vader was torturing him over the fire rock that he set on fire. I don't know what that was, but it was cool. I was like, this Vader's mean.
He's mean.
I'm like, all right, I get it. And what happens? Like the lady, the other
rebel,
mm-hmm. Let's call her the other rebel.
Yeah.
She saves him by shooting the rocks on fire again. Mm-hmm. And how did Obi-Wan get saved? By the slowest walking freaking droid on the planet. Walking step.
Yeah.
Like across a field to pick him up and walk away. And on the other side of the field were like 10 stormtroopers and Vader. They're like, should we go get him? I think he already's gone. I'm like, dude, he's like right there. It would take like 20 minutes for him to walk out of their sight over a hill. And they're just going to be like, oh, I guess he got away on this one. Like,
yeah.
What? You know what I mean? You can't walk around the fucking 30 feet of fire?
Yeah.
That droid is like, he ain't built for speed.
That droid was like game blouses, you know, from the Chappelle show where Prince won the game, the basketball game. He's like, blouses win. And that's what that droid was. He's just like, we win. You can't catch up to us.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But I mean, that, nitpicks.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I got to end the episode, so let's just say we call it a draw, and they
Yeah.
walk away.
Yeah. I got another one for you. The fifth brother. Does he just throw hissy fits? What's going on with him? Don't do
Who's
that. The fifth brother, the one of the Inquisitors, the one with the helmet.
Oh, okay.
That was always
Dude,
telling
okay.
the third sister, you shouldn't do that or this and that, and he just like just growls all like pouty and shit. I'm like, dude, calm
It's so
down,
funny.
bro, calm down.
I do like the fact that they're all the Inquisitors. They all hate each other.
Yeah,
Like it's kind of funny. They're all kind of vying for like
a
trying to
position.
screw each other over. Yeah. And I gotta tell you though, the dude, squint, angry face,
Mm.
strategically, would if you're in battle, do you really want a big ass like cheeseburger on your head so you can't like see anything like above your eye line?
I
Like,
don't know what that's about
dude,
either.
you could be dropping rocks on that dude's head all day. He'll
Yeah.
never see it coming. So I'm like, don't you want something a little bit more tactical as
Yeah.
a helmet, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe it's like a like a do-rag. Maybe that's the shape of his head because he's an alien or something. I
Oh,
don't know.
I guess I'll buy that over his big brain. I don't know, but yeah, they're all very one-note characters, but they kind of serve their purpose of trying to screw each other over. So I'm like, all right, whatever, man.
So yeah, those are my nitpicks. I think because we can go into highlights now that we've you know
Sure.
roasted it a little bit. So
Sure.
for highlights for me, man, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the way it looks. I love the way it's shot. I
The costumes
yeah,
are all
the
great.
costumes are all great. I didn't mind that scene with Vader, and I think it made sense for me. Like, the struggling warrior that doesn't have confidence and all this other stuff. And the only thing that didn't make sense is when they got away. That didn't make sense at all. And but everything leading up to that was great. I love that they showed Vader how vicious he is and how bad he wants Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the how far he's willing to go. He's like, let us not forget that he killed a bunch of younglings in episode 3. All right.
Yeah.
So he does not care about, innocent bystanders. So I'm glad they show the viciousness, and we'll see how it goes from now. He's gonna be pretty upset. Get back on that ship. Everybody's gonna be quiet. It's like when you go on a road trip and you're on the team and you lose, and the road trip back is gonna be quiet.
It's a long bus ride back to
Yeah.
yeah. Not in a good mood, but yeah, I'm curious to see where it goes. One thing I liked and I shouldn't have liked, but damn it, I liked it, was Kumal. What's his name? Kumal Nanjiani. I always get his name wrong. From Silicon Valley is playing like the fake Jedi, like the
Oh
con
yeah.
man. I thought he was
Yeah.
hilarious. Like he was just the
Yeah.
right touch. Like he was a little over the
Yeah.
top, but it worked because he's so
Yeah.
damn funny.
Yeah.
So I let
That
that
was
one
funny.
go. But I enjoyed his presence, how he just faked it. He used the idea of Jedi. And this whole time he had like magnets and shit in his sleeves, and it was all a big con for money. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, yeah, I see that. And that was pretty entertaining. So I like that. I hope he shows up again. I think you're right about
They left it open.
yeah, I think this is a lot about redemption. So I bet you a bunch of characters are trying to redeem themselves, as you've mentioned
Mhm.
before. I bet he's trying to do something. Obi-Wan's trying to redeem
Mhm.
himself. I think the one other Inquisitor wants to redeem something. Clearly there's something going on
Mhm.
there. They got 3 more episodes to get it all done in. We'll see what happens. Any other predictions?
Yeah. Well, I still think that the third sister, I think she's gonna find that she's on the wrong side, and she's gonna try to save somebody, and Darth Vader's gonna take her out. He's gonna find redemption that way. I also think that we might see Qui-Gon, because
Yeah.
he already
He's-
called him out. He's like, "Come help me how to do this." And this is the Apollo Creed section where we need his master.
Where Mickey has to
come and
show up.
Yeah. I need the height of the tiger. Come on. and hopefully he'll come through. That'd be a pretty cool cameo.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I wonder if Yoda shows up because Yoda's out there somewhere too during this whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. He's on that planet getting Alzheimer's right now.
He's already like 800 plus years old, so
Yeah,
we'll see. That's pretty much all I got. I'm very curious.
yeah.
Oh, and here's a nitpick: the driver of that little bus that was just randomly chilling through the desert and picking people up.
Freck.
That guy was. It just felt so out of place. Like, hey
Mm.
guys, it was just like he was supposed to be comic relief, but not at all.
That's just a random Star Wars. That's dude. That's the thing about Star Wars. Sometimes you get these characters that are like, "What? What's going on right now?" I'm like, "Okay, you just got to go with it."
Yeah, definitely had to go with it. I think he got killed. I don't remember. Anyways, so yeah, moving on from that guy. I got nothing
Okay,
else.
so
I'm looking forward to the finish. I just want to see where this story goes. It's always funny because whatever they do has to shoehorn into the episode. I guess Rogue One technically, and then that goes into episode 4. So,
yeah,
but it's all like 10 years before that, so they could pretty much do whatever they want.
yeah. I mean, they got to shoe it in there, and we'll see. We'll see if they ruffle any more feathers. Sometimes it's like 50-50 with these Star Wars things. Sometimes we take it too serious. I'm like, sometimes, hey guys, it's just character.
I mean, tonally, it's not that far off from the prequels, so technically,
Yeah,
they're doing what they got to do.
yeah,
Should we move on?
yeah.
meat.
Let's go on to the Big Daddy. Stranger Things, Volume 4, or Season 4, Volume 1.
The first half,
Netflix.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, first 7 episodes.
I think 14.
Alright. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Woo.
It was a lot of. It was 7 episodes, but to be honest, it was probably 10 or 11 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were so long.
And the crazy shit is, there's like no fat. Like you said, there's like no fat. It just goes.
Yeah, I think that might have been a nitpick for me. Like, hey man, can we just get 50-minute episodes? I got shit to do. Like so I can break it up.
Yeah,
into,
Netflix was like, nope.
No, like I had to basically watch one a day, or because just time restraints. Which is not bad. I mean, I'm not complaining, man. It's pretty cool stuff to watch, but they did feel long a couple of times, especially in the beginning. Another nitpick for me, the first 2 episodes, they were kind of like, what really happened? Nothing really, except the one girl getting killed, and then the rest of stuff felt like Saved by the Bell to me.
Yeah, I was so into the whole time just seeing it was like a nice warm blanket. I was like, this is a nice blanket. I remember this blanket.
Yeah.
Like they're reintroducing all the characters, and then they're showing the new characters who are going to be part of a thing this season.
Yeah.
They could have sped it up a little bit, but at the same time, at least at the end of the first episode, they just went right into it.
It was like 2.5 hours, bro.
The first 2,
the first 2. I'm like, do we need that much? Like, and part of it might have been like, I didn't rewatch anything during the gap, so the last time I watched it was when it originally aired, season 3.
Sure.
So I didn't go back and rewatch. So it felt unfamiliar to me because I just hadn't watched it in a long time. So I was trying to get in the groove of it, but while I was trying to get in the groove of it, I'm like, what are these guys? These guys Saved by the Bell now, So I don't know. That was a nitpick for me. What do you got?
As far as what nitpicks?
Yeah, nitpicks.
All right, getting into a nitpick. I got a couple. They're so minor though, man, because this show it's like one of the best things out there. I mean, top to bottom for the most part. It's like, it's so, all right, so good. I almost feel bad for saying certain things like nitpicks, but the one big one I had, something I asked Christina on the couch. I'm like, hey, how come all of the other her fellow students and like, I don't know, Xavier's fucking academy for murderers for children, why are they all normal, talk normal for the most part, well adjusted? They're like, hey, what's going on? And when it comes to 11, when she talks, it's like, hi, this thing, you know what I mean? She's doing the full on like like there's something wrong with her. She's like slow in the learning area, which is like I guess they're trying to say something about that because she wasn't raised in a
Yeah.
social environment, but
Yeah, she's
neither
been
were,
in the lab.
but some of these other kids and they're adjusted. Shouldn't they all be on an equal level one way or another?
Maybe she's gone through the most trauma in there because she's the most
Could be,
gifted.
could be.
So
But
she's got like these other guys that were like, "Oh, I can move a pencil," and then she's like, "I can open gates to a different portal, to a different planet, to the upside down."
but she did it until the very last episode. Like I mostly dig. I'm like, is this kind of cool how they kind of went back and like retconned her history and kind of like,
Uh,
by the way, this whole other event that has never once been mentioned ever happened. And but how they introduce a certain character, which okay,
yeah,
you see one you're coming a mile away. By like episode 2 or 3, I'm like, oh, that's the
yeah,
fucking dude. Yeah, that's clearly the bad
yeah,
guy. And this guy, you don't
yeah,
hire a guy who has like cheekbones like that to be the nice guy. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That dude's got some
I'm like right away.
cheekbones.
Okay, why is that guy helping her? And I'm like, and that guy is the bad guy.
You saw it coming a mile away. Hey, okay, here's another nitpick. All right, ready? He recruited her to literally pick out a thing from his neck that's like the size of like a popcorn kernel. In the last 10 years, he could not have just popped it like a fucking pimple or something. You know what I mean? Like, why did
Yeah,
he need her to take out this little tiny sliver of thing that's like right on the surface of his neck? That made
I
no
don't know.
sense. Like,
Yeah,
but whatever. It's a story thing, and then it's all so minor. I'm just kind of like whatever because the show's so good.
yeah, yeah. Nitpicks. I mean, it's kind of hard, man. Like for me, that was it. I'm the guy, the new guy, his name's Eddie, I think.
Yeah,
The other guy, the metal guy.
yeah. There's like 2 new characters. Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie. I mean, at first, I was like, this guy doesn't really fit in. He's like 10 feet tall, and he looks older than everybody else. Even though,
Yeah,
like they said, he skipped or he got
he's
held
Phil.
back a couple of years. So, but it took a while. I mean, not to like episode 6, where like the shit got thick and he was there, that I really got to enjoy him. And then also, man, like it sure took Joyce a long time to get the whole Russia thing. That took like 7 episodes, dude. Then
Yeah,
that took a long time. So that storyline, I don't know if they were trying to milk it so they can time it and it
to
could
hit at
climax it.
7. Yeah,
Yeah, to climax at the same time. But man, that took forever. It was a little dull for me.
it was long. It was very drawn out. But when they got there, like the scene of the gladiator sing, that's why I was telling Chris, oh, this is like Gladiator. The guy's telling her to stick together to win, and
Yeah.
none of them do. I'm like, oh, they're gonna die. The that scene was pretty, dude. That was intense. Like that
Mm,
was probably the most graphic, brutal killing we've seen in the show. Where the I don't know what we call it. The creature eats the dude's head right in front of us. I was
yeah.
like, holy shit!
Yeah. And he
Like,
did like the Demogorgon did the thing with his whole face or whatever
yeah,
head
that's
and
what I'm talking
like
about.
a
Like,
the chef's kiss. Mwah, there was a mwah, but he did it with his whole head.
that's exactly it. Like they were not holding back on that sequence. I'm like, they
No.
murdered the shit out of everybody. The one thing that
Yeah.
okay, here's a nitpick. They said the monster's like 9 feet tall. That's a big ass monster, the Demogorgon, and like the cages to keep them in there are like what 10.5 feet tall, and they put like a literal like 1 row, maybe 2 of barbed wire, and
Yeah.
that's gonna like keep this dude from like who
Yeah.
could murder everyone in 2 seconds like in.
This guy hops like Michael Jordan and shit.
Yeah. The dude could do like the dude's got a 30-foot vertical, and
Yeah.
it's like maybe if we just throw him a couple people every now and then, he'll just keep going back into his prison.
Because remember the one guy was trying to escape or something, and he just jumped on there on top of the side of the building
Yeah,
and like just ate him up like
Yeah.
little snack.
there's no
Yeah, I
effort,
got you.
0 effort. So I'm
I
like,
got you
this
there.
they could have made it like a little bit more, maybe put like a roof on the arena, something. Anyways, that was a nitpick.
Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah. Oh, you want to move on? You got any more nitpicks?
No, I'll say a fun thing. The
Yeah.
apparently I read an article that the dude who plays Hopper,
Hmm.
he knew like all right, these the scripts for this were done in like 2019, like a long time ago,
Yeah.
and they knew where it was going. He knew he was going to be in a Russian prison, and
Yeah.
apparently when he was filming Scarlet, what's it called, Black Widow,
Hmm.
he was secretly taking pictures of the Russian prison that his character is also in Black Widow, and sending them to the directors of Stranger Things to make sure there's no crossover with the design of the Russian prison,
Yeah.
because he didn't want to be like associated with two of the same looking Russian prisons for two big projects in a row that he's stuck in. I thought that was pretty funny. So
Yeah.
visually, they
Yeah.
were able to separate it by him cheating a little bit. I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
What? And he was thinking ahead, like
Yeah,
he's like, hey, these two fucking guys on a podcast are gonna talk shit about me being in the
yeah.
same prison.
How
They're
dare
gonna
he?
nitpick it. Yeah, so I better, plan accordingly.
Like, there's gonna be
So
50 people on Monday who is gonna be like, "What the shit?" So
yeah,
yeah, that was a fun thing.
yeah,
Do
for
you have any
sure.
more nitpicks? I think that's it for my nitpicks.
Me too, man. That was it. The beginning of the season, that was the biggest one. After that, it
Okay.
was like smooth sailing.
Let's go to some highlights.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Go for it. Fire away.
My guy, Steve, man. Steve. That guy he just knows how to deal with situations. I don't know what he just knows what to do, man. And like when he was like the big battle with the bats and stuff, man. And they went the girls went to save him, in the Watergate scene.
Yeah.
Man, that was so cool.
Do you think he
And
would have? Do you think he would have made it out of that scene if the ladies hadn't have shown up?
no, he looked pretty beat. He looked pretty beat, but he at the end when he had that one bat by the tail and he slammed it on the floor a couple times. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that's tough. So, yeah, man, and he had the best lines. He's always got the quick one-liners,
They gave him the chest hair
and
this season.
I know, it's so funny. Do you know how old that guy is
I
in
don't.
real life?
No, I'm not
He's
part of his fan
30.
club. Really?
Yeah, I looked it up. I'm like, got some chest hair. I wonder how. Where did you get chest hair? 30.
He,
That's when
he's
you
been
get.
doing well outside of Stranger Things. He was in Free Guy. He was really good in that. He was in some kind of a. I think he played like a serial killer in some movie that I did not see.
Mm-hmm.
But that dude's gonna be around for a while.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, got a lot of charisma, and he was definitely fun in this. And so he's probably my MVP, man. He's my MVP of the season. And so yeah, that's a highlight. What do you got?
I love the shootout. I think I kind of talked to you a little bit about it during our last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The one shot, like those two FBI guys that look just absolutely useless, just sitting on the couch watching TV for like days at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Homie answers the door, bam! You're like, what the shit? And then the dude who's totally worthless on the couch, this unassuming dude, just jumps up and just starts blasting the shit out of like half the military raiding this house all in like one shot. He grabs the kids, saves the kids, move, get over there, get over against the wall, go to the. And it was such a well orchestrated scene, like camera, the action, the kids. I mean, I saw a
Yeah.
little thing online how they were pre-vising it, walking through it,
Mm-hmm.
trying to like design that whole scene, and that
Mm-hmm.
scene was like, holy shit, that scene was no
Mm-hmm.
joke. Like that was
Yeah.
no joke,
Yeah.
and you don't even realize it's gonna happen. It's so unassuming. Then all of a sudden, dude's waiting to answer the door for some pizza or something, and then the shit just goes down.
Yeah.
I thought that was
That
awesome.
was crazy.
I did not
Pulled out
expect
some
that.
stuff.
What else you got? So that was one of my favorite scenes. That was awesome.
I think for me the highlight also too was the big reveal of one and how they maneuvered him telling the story about how he came to be, and Nancy's doing the thing where he's walking with the little guy through the house, and
Yeah,
they weave that so beautifully. Those were some crazy shots, and just
and I
thinking
didn't even
about
see it coming.
yeah, and just thinking about how to like imagine being in the writer's room and trying to come up with that, and you're like, oh yeah, how do you even ask that question? Like first you start like, how do we end it?
Yeah,
Okay, and then you build and you build and you build,
Yeah.
And then you come to this where it's like three different things going on at the same time, and they tell it so beautifully. Whoever shot it and all the people that worked on the special effects, man, they did an amazing job because it was seamless. It was so well done. I can't give it enough props. It was
Dude,
amazing.
I don't know if they just had more time or I know they had a shit ton of time to plan because they took
Hmm.
2020 off.
Hmm.
But oh my God, like it's so seamless, like you said, and gorgeous. And like the camera is always in the most perfect place. And everything's perfectly lit for every scene. It's so like atmospheric when it needs to be atmospheric. It's clean and it's 80s when it needs to be 80s. And like even like the design of the video store, it's like, yep, that's
Hmm.
80s video store. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And the visual effects were like damn near perfect for most everything. I loved
Hmm.
how Vecna, like his character, if you just
Hmm.
stare, he doesn't even move, but you can see all the veins and vines on his like neck just twisting and twisting and twisting in every scene for no reason. It
Yeah.
just looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I think the and like that kills like people getting like pretzeled up. Holy
Yeah.
crap, man! That was
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah. They went with the 80s vintage horror, kind of kills, man. I
Freddy
was like,
Krueger.
yeah, it reminded me of the Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
Man, it reminded me of that era, like, man, it just brought me back to when I was a kid and watching all that stuff I shouldn't be watching.
And the same here, the stuff that gave me nightmares when I was a kid is the stuff that I'm like, it can't get here soon enough as an adult.
Yeah.
The I don't know if you caught Vecna, I believe, has like one hand that's like his claw hand, just like Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger.
Oh, really? I didn't catch
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And of course,
That's
who
weird.
shows up later on is Robert Englund, Mr. Freddy Krueger
Yeah.
himself, in a scene that basically mimics Silence of the Lambs, like design. I mean, look, dude, the floor, the ceiling, like the walls, it's all like
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs. Like it's like these big giant rocks that are just being held together by like slabs of cement. Like that's the unhappy basement where the psychos preside.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's so cool.
Yeah. Well, what about that shot where they they uh they open up the hole between Earth and then the down under or the upside down,
Oh,
and they have to
dude,
use the rope thing to come upside down.
so clever. And then when you
Yeah,
see
that
him,
was the beginning of the final sequence.
yeah,
But man, like that shot was crazy.
so well. They're simple shots for the most part. You just gotta like
Yeah,
plan, put camera here for this shot, put camera there for the other shot, just edit them together.
yeah.
And
I
it's
thought they
not,
were gonna get Steve again. I was like, "Hurry up, Steve! They're
dude.
gonna get you."
So first of all, I would, as Steve, the dude whose guts were hanging half out through that scene, he should have been the
Yeah,
first one up because he's gonna need help getting up that ladder. Instead of
yeah,
going the last guy, like, are you kidding
yeah,
me? So that strategically that made no sense to me. But
yeah,
and then when Nancy went up because he's trying to be like the gentleman, and when Nancy goes up and she falls, like the two previous people fell, but she did not fall into the trailer. She falls into the pool of blood. I was like, holy shit! Like
yeah.
that was so perfectly set up.
And then they
Like
brought Barb back just for it. Barb.
just to remind you, Barb never wins.
Yeah. Nobody cares
Man,
about Barb.
but that transition from Nancy going from the upside down to like
Mm.
even further in the upside, like holy
The Void.
I did not see that coming, and
Yeah.
I think I sat up on the couch a little bit. I was like, "What the shit?" Because
Yeah.
you think they're safe. You're like, "Okay, I can breathe. Just get out of there. Sense of
Yeah.
urgency. Get out of there."
Yeah.
And then immediately, like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you hear his voice. You're like, "Oh no!" Then it cuts back to her doing the
Mhm.
trance thing, and she's still stuck there. We don't know what happened. I'm hoping Dustin or someone jumps from
Mhm.
the real world into the upside down with the headphones, and I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I don't.
I
I
wonder
think
what
she's
song they're
fine.
gonna. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We
Someone's
still
got
gotta.
to. Yeah, someone's got to
Well,
tell his story, and she's gonna have to go back and do that. So we'll see what happens.
yeah. Crazy.
So and that
So
was the end, and that was intense, and I loved it.
yeah, super intense. So moving on to predictions, man. We got half a season left. What do
Okay.
you think is gonna happen?
I actually, after predictions, I have two quick shout outs to two characters on
Mm.
the show. But all right,
All right.
predictions. Okay, here's one. Is it? Is it Maury or Murray? Maury. The The
The guy
dude
that
who's
went to help Joyce.
yeah,
Yeah,
Murray.
Murray.
He's so damn good and likable.
Yeah.
Does he die?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
not essential, but does he
Yeah.
die? If you were to do like a classic 80s kind of thing where you take someone that you really, really like and you want to hurt the audience, you take that person
Yeah.
off the board. So yeah, 50-50, he might actually die just because that
Mhm.
would suck.
Yeah.
And if any fans of Buffy the Vampire Slayer out there, the TV show, they did that constantly. They had set up an awesome character, and just when you're getting to super love them, they murder him. Like you're like,
Yeah.
no. So
Yeah.
that's my only real prediction. I think there's another big creature that they haven't shown yet because you keep hearing rumblings and earthquakes and shit in the background. So something else is going to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
But what are
I
your
got
predictions?
one.
Yeah,
Well, I think that my guy Will, he's a little vulnerable, you know. He's got his heart broken right now. He doesn't know what's gonna. He wants to, express how he feels with Mike, and he might be recruited into the dark side, man. I think that Vecna might have him turn against the group and
you might do some Palpatine
convince him.
stuff.
Yeah, and be like, you got to get rid of 11 because you and Mike will never be together as long as 11 is around. And he's gonna give him some powers or something,
Ooh.
or hypnotize him and try to like in their sleep or something, man. So I think he's vulnerable right now, man. So I think Will's gonna do something questionable to 11. That's my prediction.
All right, I like that. I think that's pretty good. I mean, they show like that the growing rift between him and everybody. So that I think I could see that
Yeah,
there's a big rift. So they kind of have a makeup scene, but they're only doing that to kind of screw with you. You know what I mean?
yeah, and
So
they have to focus on that group because they hardly were on the last episode. You know, the those group of kids. So it might be a thing they develop that in the second part of the season.
I'm also curious: is there going to be a giant raid? Because I think that one security guy gave up the location of the secret base. Now, is the
Yeah,
secret base about to get raided through the one door
yeah,
that it has, and they're going to have a big fight scene? Everyone's going to die except for maybe 11 and probably, I don't know. We'll see. And then
yeah,
I do like the tension of like, there's different factions. Like, not only is the Upside Down trying to stop them, there's like a government group now also trying to stop them.
yeah,
And there's a lot of moving parts, man. You got the Russians, you got the group of people trying to rescue Hopper, you've got
yeah,
the dudes in the van trying to find where 11 is at, you got the
yeah,
11 lab, you got the Hawkins crew. There's a lot of stuff happening right now.
yeah. And
So
then
in July.
well,
It's in I think like 30, like 4 weeks. I think the next.
yeah,
Oh my god, I'm so looking forward to it.
yeah. I just don't know how the season's been so good. I don't know how they're gonna top it. They got one more season. They're doing 5 seasons,
I hope
right?
we don't have to wait 3 years. I mean,
Yeah,
I really hope the season 5 just wrap it up, man. Just do whatever you got to do, wrap it up. Just put a bow on top and make it like this amazing 5-layered dip, and we're good.
you want Return of the King where they say goodbye 10 times or what?
No, I just want them to kind of wrap it up.
All
Do
right, it's a
whatever.
wrap.
Yeah.
Do a bunch of behind the scenes.
So we'll see how
Yeah,
that goes. All right, here's two cool ones. Yeah, the last two, volume 2 can't get here soon enough. Like I think we're gonna watch the first volume 1 again, all over from beginning to end again, because it was so damn good. Um, all right, there was 2 actors in this episode, this season. One that's been there for the whole time, and I'm an idiot for not recognizing before. But this other one's new. It's the Russian guard. I don't know if you recognize him from a previous show that we were both into.
yeah.
It took me like an entire episode, and Christina was like, "You know who that is, right?" I'm like, "Nope," because I'm
The
stupid.
mustache.
Yeah. So
The mustache does everything, bro.
and I'm like, I don't know, no. And then finally, he like turned his head. And I'm like, "Holy shit, that's a faceless man!" So from Game of Thrones, I was like,
Yeah,
"Damn, it's so cool to see him again." And he's got like a
yeah,
cool, fun speaking part. And because
yeah,
he's kind of a semi-known actor, I'm like, well, that guy's not going to die for at least a couple more episodes because
yeah,
they got to squeeze something out of him.
yeah,
And he's still going.
yeah,
And as soon as he's like my boy, whatever, I'm like, oh shit, this guy's going to die pretty soon then now. but still going strong. The other actor, I was super like, damn, Rob Morgan. Do you know who Rob Morgan is?
Mm-mm.
Rob Morgan's been in the show since season 1. He is like the second in charge deputy of Hawkins. He is now the chief of police of Hawkins in this season.
Yeah.
And he's always really good. And he's had a banner year in the last 12 months, because he's both been in Don't Look Up. He's the scientist with DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. And he's great in that film. But the other really big breakout one, I was like, damn, this guy is killing it. He plays the father of Urban Magic Johnson in Winning Time that we're always talking about. And I'm like, God, this guy, man, this guy's like, he's a silent MVP that just comes in and just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
I love it.
He doesn't go too far. He just does it. Yeah. I just remembered him in Winning Time.
Yeah, he's so good. He's got so much heart. He adds like another layer of heart to Winning Time and the whole Magic Johnson story. So yeah, then he's the new sheriff of Hawkins. I'm like, damn, this guy, man, so good.
Yeah, those are good call-outs.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I got right now, man. There's so much good stuff, but I mean, I love the intensity, the pacing when it starts to ramp up. It just kept going, keeping multiple storylines going at the same time. You don't get a chance to breathe for the most part, and that's like it's a smart way to do it. Some smart storytelling.
Yep. All right. I got one more thing before we wrap it up. I think on the last episode we had some confusion on some dates on some movies.
Oh.
And I think it's time for you to
here's
your shit sandwich. Shit sandwich, because you were like so certain that I was wrong and you were right. And guess what, fucker? You were wrong. Minority Report did come out first, 2002, and War of the Worlds came out 3 years later. Not even like the same year. It's 3 years later. And there you go.
The
shit sandwich for Andres.
My
you
head,
messed up, bro. You're getting old, bro. You're getting dusty, bro.
My face is in my hands right now. Yeah.
Yeah, dusty ass.
Yeah. I swung and missed on that one.
Yeah.
But,
oh no, it's not that thing. Shut up. Shit sandwich, buddy.
Yeah. But
all right. On that note,
no. Speaking of shit sandwiches, my friend.
What?
The Saint,
we said we're gonna check.
The Saint came after.
No.
The Saint came before Batman with Val Kilmer. No, it didn't. No. I sent you a screen cap. Batman.
Yeah, but
95. The Saint. 97.
We never said we were gonna check on that. We said we were gonna check on
we did. Oh.
No. You can go back and look at the tape.
Wrong is wrong, buddy. It's all right. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Hey.
I get a 3-layer shit sandwich because I was off by 3 years, but you got a 2-layer shit sandwich because you're only off by 2.
Yeah. Hey.
So hopefully, hopefully no one listens to this part of the podcast. So yeah, there you go. Sometimes I'll put it on the list. We get it wrong.
Yeah.
Proud of yourself?
I am proud of myself.
Good. Someone's got to be.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's wrap this up.
So that was our put on the list reviews. Dun dun dun. Stranger Things and ObiWan. All spoilers. Hope that worked well for you. If you have any comments or predictions for either, put them in the comments below. We're curious to see what other people think too. So, because we don't know what the hell we're talking about most of the time. So, do you?
Yeah, you can also comment on Andres' shit sandwich.
Yeah, there you go. You feeling good? You feeling big? You feeling strong?
Oh, hey guys, if you guys knew him, you should see his face. He's loving it. He's loving it. He's loving it. You're welcome, everybody.
There you go. So,
I think he's trying to give me the death stare. But that shit don't work on me, fucker.
Man.
Yeah, he's quiet. All right, guys. Hey, we appreciate everybody that listens, and thanks for everything, guys.
All right, until next time. Peace out.